John McGraw. He's a guy who's been in the league for a long time. I guess he's one of your older players. He's been around. What do you like about him, presuming that he's going to have to play considerably more than he would have had to?
Well, John, first off, he's one of the veteran players on the team. He's clearly one of the team leaders. He's a versatile guy that can play multiple positions. We've used him in a number of different areas. He's smart, so that's good from a coaching standpoint of when you are working on something a little different or scheming in some way. Guys like that are a big advantage that can do a number of different things, and they can figure it out pretty fast. So, he's just been a dependable safety for us that gives you versatility, in a number of different areas. So happy he's on our team, and happy he's been here kind of helping shape our team.
How valuable is that smarts you talked about that and kind of an ability to adjust to sort of some adverse situations?
Well, I think it's real important. It's real important across the board, but when you start talking about safeties that are the quarterback of the defense, or at least the secondary a lot of times, and then you're asking them to come up and play linebacker at different times, linebacker type position, or a money position where he's in coverage, run stopper. He's a well-rounded player that understands each and every week what the plan is and what we're trying to get done, and that's always a real good thing, as far as communicating out on the field.
What does he have to do? Obviously Eric Berry has shown that he's a different kind of player, a very talented player. But what does John need to do to at least close the gap as much as possible between the guy you had and the guy you're now going to have?
Well, I think you say again, you're not replacing Eric Berry with Eric Berry number 2, and I'm not even speaking about John. I'm just saying, that the guy and his abilities, the uniqueness of his abilities, don't makes it not a one-man operation. It's 11 guys really that close the gap there. And I don't know whether you still are able to, but at the same time, it's 11 guys that have to pick up the slack, and John's one of those guys. So.
Since it was announced that Charlie Weiss was leaving, Matt Castle's kind of regressed under 50% completion, 6 interceptions in those games, the last, 3 games it was. Do you see any correlation between losing Charlie and where Matt Castle's been over the last 3 or 4 games?
No, first off, I don't see any correlation in this year and last year. There's just too much time has passed to in any way, shape, or form tie the two things together. And that game last week, as I've said a bunch of times, I would, 1 week does not form the identity of a team. 1 week does not form the identity of a team. I think after 4 or 5 games, you'll start to recognize an identity. But I think it's very important that everybody understands that, from our team, the teams we're playing, 1 week doesn't. I don't think you're able to draw a whole bunch out of that, other than last week we didn't play very good, and we need to be better this week. And we got 2 good practices and about 3 or 4 days of preparation under our belt that I feel good about, and I feel confident that we're making progress, and we're going to make progress this Sunday.
Coach, along those same lines, after Sunday's loss, you said that in hindsight you were disappointed with the preparation for the Buffalo game. What's been different in the past few days in preparation?
Well, I think that there's a better understanding within the entire team of that we need to be a lot better. That we're not there yet. I said that a number of times last year, even after some better games, and said, we're not a good team yet. And I think that's really what you're seeing, is that we're not there yet. We weren't there last year, even though we did some good things. We weren't really maybe as good as we thought we were. So we need to make sure we understand that. And I think when you understand that, and when you take that step towards humility, that helps you and sometimes, especially coming back and saying, all right, we got a lot of work to do. And I would just say that that's the biggest difference you've seen is just the sense of urgency from the guys of getting ready.
Outside of the obvious plays we saw Justin Houston make in the preseason, what did he do to get your confidence to play the amount of snaps he played in that first game?
Well, I think he came in behind a little bit and did a great job of catching up. And like I said, while he was out there on the field throughout the preseason practice and games, you saw a guy that made progress every day. And, and that progress is continuing. Nobody played good in the game last week, but there were signs of encouragement. And, he's working real hard with the rest of the guys out there and trying to make sure that we're a better team this week than we were last week, a much better team this week than we were last week.
Do you have any concern with Jamal and carrying the football? It's about every fifth carry he's fumbling out in the preseason and the regular season. Is that concerning to you?
Well, yeah, when you turn the ball over, it's very concerning to me. So it's not just Jamal. It's anybody that's carrying the football. There's a direct correlation between that plus minus and win loss, and I don't know. There's no other stat that's even close, at least that I know of. If you can end up in the plus, you have a much better percentage chance of winning. So we need to protect the football, and at the same time, we need to create more turnovers, and that's the bottom line because, that cures a lot of ills.
Do you lose confidence in somebody who continues to turn the ball over?
No, I have not lost confidence in any of these players. I feel very good about what they're doing, how they're doing it, and we just need to be better. That's the bottom line. We need to be better. We need to do things better, specific things especially, which is protect the football and create turnovers.
You've a couple more guys. You've generally had a lot of trouble getting pressure on the quarterback, usually without sending extra people. Now there's going to be a little less speed in the secondary. How do you balance wanting to get after somebody like Matthew Stafford, but not wanting to get burned over the top?
Well, I don't. You said we've generally had a hard time creating pressure, but like I said, I don't think 1 week forms an identity of a team. Our entire defense is going to have to step up for a loss of a player, like I said, and step up for the level of preparation and play from last week, and that's what I fully expect to happen.
How do you keep talking about the other 11 guys taking a little piece of Barry and making up for it? How do you keep guys from trying to do more than they can because they're trying to make up for Barry?
You just talk to them about it. You talk to them that they still have to understand their role. They still have to play within their abilities, but that it's more of a. And you said 11, but I really mean it's the entire 61 guys out there. And on Sundays it's the 46. It's not just 11 or the defense. Again, it was a big part of our team that you just have to with the collective or cumulative will of the guys out there figure out a way to band together, pull together, and make plays that turn games or keep games in your favor. Make plays throughout games that affect the outcome in a positive way, and that's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. It's the entire group. That's how you become a good team.